Hey guys, we're going to continue the Tinkerbell drawing lesson. Okay, so here's where we left off. Tinkerbell part 1. Her face, her shoulder, her neck. Really the hardest part of the drawing. Alright. The next thing we want to do is along this side of this eyebrow and this eye, okay, we're going to sculpt like her hair, because that will help us form her ear. Now it's an S curve. It's really close to her eyebrow, and it comes down like that. From outside the circle right in, like that. And then with a nice line like that, think of it as like a sideburn or whatever, her just little pixie-esque, her hairdo. From there, I'm going to bring down her ear. And she's got a very pointy ear, like that. So if you could just put it in like that, sort of. I'm not as happy with that as I'd like, because it really should round off her face. Yeah, there we go. So see, I just rounded off her chin line a little bit and put in that pixie line. Again, it's 7 o'clock in the morning. You got to cut me a break. All right. So now that we have this line that goes up for her hairline, we're going to put in like just a little wrinkle, shaped just like a V. The rest of her hair is going to a lot of shapes like the letter V here. Okay. And then we're going to come across her forehead a little bit, above that one eyebrow. We've only drawn one eyebrow, so we're going to come across like that. You see? So look, this looks like a big letter M, kind of, but it's made up of a series of little V's. Okay. Now here's where we bring her hair down on her forehead, and this really makes her beautiful. It gives it. It's the one like trademark part of her hair that really makes her look like Tinkerbell. Again, another V, but I brought it right down on her forehead. See that? And then we're going to come out across this little gap here between above her eye, but this little gap, we're going to span the hair across and bring it down, and bend these lines. There's no straight lines here. It's all bent lines. Really let the hair fall like that, step by step. I'm going to show you right around this. Alright, so we're going to come up and then back down with a series of little V's. So this would actually look like a W. So what I did was, once that line came down, then I went back up, back down, and back up again, creating what this looks like a W, sort of. We're going to come off of that, and we're going to come up, and we're going to start going around. We're going to make it nice and full and go around. Like that. See how we're doing that? Now let's go to the back of her head. From behind her ear, we want to pick a spot above her head to make this match, and that's why I'm going to go right behind her ear. Just a nice bent, beautiful line like that. Okay? Now, we're going to leave a little gap, and we're going to come down with a swooping line. Very beautiful. Like that. I know that looks a little funny. Just bear with me. And maybe that's a little too high. But then from there we're going to come out. See what I did? So now I just continued this line. So I did this sweeping line and stopped. This sweeping line right here and stopped. Then it came inside of it with that line and built like her little poofy hair up. And I just made a little back and forth zigzag and back and rested it right on that line that I curled. And that's basically the shape of her head. Now I'm going to run out a page for her bun. So what I'm going to do is I'll move my paper down a little bit. And you can connect her hair a little bit if you want. And then I'm going to bring her bun down and around on both sides. So you see how I'm starting her bun at the top, which is absolutely her trademark. Okay. So with a series of little lines, we're just going to shape. We're going to shape her bun, and so I'm starting to go around the. Look, I'm sorry. If you see how the lines, it's not a straight line; it's just a little series of strokes. You know, it makes it look a little bit more like hair. And she's got maybe a couple little wild ones here and there, so we'll put those in. So I'm going to finish it all the way around. Make it sort of tasseled and tousled. She does fly through Pixie Hollow to make like that. See how I did that? Now you guys are artists. If you've gotten to this point, you can handle it. Now her bun is tied very tight. You won't see this in a lot of drawings, but I think it's kind of appropriate to put it in. I put in some lines to show how tight her bow is tied. And sometimes you'll see Tinkerbell with a little ribbon. Sometimes you won't. I love putting it in. It's a loose flowing line that just kind of makes it look nice. A little ribbon right there. Okay, we're doing great. Now I'm going to slide my paper up, so we're going to lose the top of her bun. So basically all I have now is this, but see how I bled it off the top? I didn't force it to make it fit. It's always the right answer. Let's work down the drawing a little bit to her shoulder. Alright, we have her beautiful, sweeping, elegant neck, and we have her one shoulder. Let's make her other shoulder come over and very lightly start sculpting this out. Over and down and out. So it's a beautiful curved line. If you can capture it, you'll be very happy. See this shoulder here? Look how elegant that is. It's beautiful. Now her chest, you can start to bring her chest out a little bit with a line like that. Okay? And then we need a place for it to end and begin, like the top of her little dress. So I'm going to just bring in a line to show where the other side of her arm is, like that. So now I've added this line right here and this line right here, the beginning of like her bosom. Alright, so we're going to just sculpt that around very tastefully. So now we have that, this shape here, okay? But to show that it's her dress, we just come down with one line from there, showing this top of her dress right there, and then just a nice big round line, kind of like her eyebrow. It's sort of the same exact angle as her one eyebrow that we have. And that's a very tasteful way to do her dress. Okay? Now, speaking of her eyebrows, we have the one eyebrow in, but we had to put in her hair and her forehead before we could do the other one. Now that it's in, we can bring that other eyebrow down like that. See how now I put that eyebrow in? And that matches. Alright, now Tinkerbell has wings. So, from behind her head, we're just going to put a little suggestion of a wing back there. So I just put a nice line there. And then that comes from behind the shoulder, very round. So we're going to go ahead and put it in that suggestion. Right there, right off the page. The other wing actually goes from behind her cheek and off of the page behind her hair. So I've gone ahead and put in this line here, right through. I don't want to draw through her hair, but it's because it's behind her hair. That's the top of the other wing. The bottom of that wing comes down from this shoulder and goes up to show that wing, because she's got such big, nice wings. And then she's got the little wings that are behind it, so we just overlap the other wing like that. And that's just a cute little Tinkerbell. Now, we have to add some magic, so, and I'm almost at 10 minutes for this one. This is a long video. So with some really cool starbursts, I'll draw one very carefully and show you. See, that is a starburst. See? And little pieces, think of it as like confetti or bubbles. It's just little, it's pixie dust. It's little pieces of dust. And you can put it all around the drawing. And then maybe one more starburst down here. And just add some magic to your artwork. You must think I'm some kind of freak, man. A grown man at 7 o'clock in the morning drawing Tinkerbell. But it's about the beautiful lines, and it's about art and instruction. And I want to show you I have to live by an example here that, when you get up first thing in the morning, sketch something out. Before you go to bed, sketch something out. If you want to be a successful artist, you just got to draw. Just always draw. Is this the best Tinkerbell in the world? No. But it's cute and it works. So see, now I'm starting to add pixie dust all over the drawing. One more starburst. I always like to put 3 stars whenever I can. And there we go. So, see, now we've just taken a plain piece of paper and look, we put so much magic on it at 7 o'clock in the morning when we look like, death warmed over. You got to excuse me. Alright, now I'm going to sign it. I think you girls deserved a serious art lesson about a really tough character. But this is what we have. So there's Tinkerbell. So I signed it down there. It's got the 3 stars. And it's a cute little sketch. Perfect little mouth and everything. Okay. Thank you. I hope you learned something. I hope that if you practice and take your time, you'll come up with a good Tinkerbell. You don't have to show me your first one because I know it's going to take you a couple times. Oh, excuse me. I'm just so tired. But if I can do it tired, I know you guys can do it, because in England it's, what is it, noon? I don't know. So when you get a chance, you don't have to spend your whole day drawing, but when you get a chance, sketch out your Tinkerbells. I'd love to see how they turned out. And thanks again for being so good to my kids and being amazing artists. You deserved a really solid lesson like this one of a tough character. So we'll see how you did. I'm proud of you guys. Thanks. Bye.